lovers. This is Mike from the Talking to the Mike Show with a game review of the day. Today's game is Fluxx, version 4, the card game. Fluxx is the card game with ever-changing rules. Every time you play it, a different thing is going to happen. Fluxx is a game made by Looney Labs. Fluxx is a card game that has over 100 cards in the game, depending on if you buy the expansion packs or not. And it is for 2 to 6 players, ages 8 to adults. It takes about 30 minutes to play at the most. It could take as little as 2 minutes to actually play and beat the game. The explanation of this game is really simple, but we're going to go into it like we always do, with explaining every detail of the card. The first and most important card of this game is the basic rules card. This card is got a white back, which is different from any of the other cards in the deck, and it explains how to begin each and every game. Don't worry, after you play it, everything's going to change. This version of the game, version 4.0, also gives you what is known as a meta rules card. Meta rules changes the rules a little bit, making it a little bit easier for you to play, especially if it's your first time doing it. You do not have to play with the meta rules card to play the game. The rest of the cards are color-coded, and the colors are on the sides of the card. There are 5 color codes to this game. There's green, yellow, blue, pink, and black. Green cards are your keepers, and these guys are the ones that you need to have in order to win the game. The only way to win the game is to use the keepers by placing them out in front of you and having them match a goal in order to win the game. Goals are the pink colored cards. Goals are the way to win the game. Every single card, you will notice, has a little bit of writing on it, so you do have to read carefully everything that you're doing before you play it. It's very important. So for example, if this was the goal, the player who puts out the 2 keepers, Peace and Earth, wins, as long as they don't have a creeper. Creepers are the black cards in this game. They are things in this life that are awful, like taxes, for example. And every creeper is pretty similar on what they say. You cannot hold this card, but you must place it face up in front of you as soon as you draw it. So you can't pick and choose to play this. As soon as you draw it from the deck, even if it's the first draw, you have to play it down and then draw to replace that creeper card. What's interesting about some of these creepers is that they have extra things that they can do. So all creepers have to go out on the table as soon as they land, but if you or another person has money as a keeper, then both money and taxes has to be discarded, because money and taxes, they go together. One other interesting feature of this is creepers were not in the first version of Fluxx. It was an addition later, and this is version 4.0. So there are creepers, and they're awesome. Your blue cards are the action cards. They let you do things outside the realm. Like, for example, this one is a jackpot. If I play this card, I can get 3 extra cards drawn into my hand and use that as a move. And then we've got the yellow cards. Yellow cards are new rules. This one here is that you will draw 2 cards instead of drawing only 1. So that enlightens the fun of it, and there's also more different types of rules that you can get, such as Silver Lining, where all things that are creepers are suddenly good and don't hinder you from beating the game. At the very beginning of the game, put down the basic rules in the middle, you shuffle the deck, and then you put the deck out in the middle. You pass 3 cards to every player who's playing from that deck, and then if anyone's got a creeper, they have to put it out in front of them and draw to replace the creeper. And then, whoever's decided to go first, they follow the rules of the basic rules card, which are draw 1 card per turn, and then play 1 card per turn. So all you do is you draw 1 card, then you play 1 card. Unless you change the rules with a new rule where you can put down, draw 2 cards, and if you did that at your first turn, then you have to draw 1 more because you've already drawn 1. A little confusing, but you understand. This game also has expansion packs to it, which are pretty cool to have. For this one, there are some fun things. Most of them are religious in this one, but you can get an expansion pack which features a curiosity bonus. Curiosity bonus means that if you're playing this game in public and someone sees you and asks you what you're doing, you tell them, hey, we're playing Fluxx, and everyone gets a new card. Then you've got things like the Torah as a keeper, the Bible as a keeper, you've got Hebrew knowledge as action. So the concept of the game, I'll show you here. This is a game in progress right here, and with it we see that one person has 2 keepers out, the moon and bread. The goal is that Jesus loves you. You're going to need to get a cross, and the heart and love to win the game. The basic rules have been changed from draw 1 and play 1 to draw 1 and play 4. There is a silver lining, and you can only have 4 keepers. So if it was his turn right now to play, he would draw the card and he would play 4 cards, but he doesn't need to play 4 cards. He just played 1 card, dropped it down, it's love, he wins the game because Jesus loves you. And that's as easy as Fluxx is. So the pros and the cons to this game. Pros, it's a lot of fun, it's very interactive, the rules change every single round. If you've got 2 to 4 players, it's a lot of fun, it's quick action. You should definitely play it in a public place because I would always play it in IHOP with my friends and it was a laugh riot. The cards are very colorful, very pretty. With the cons to this game, really the only cons that I could think of on this game is if you have a whole lot of players, it's not as much fun because it would drag on, and especially if you've got 5, 6 players playing and there's 3 of them that don't really care to read, then you're going to have an argument probably because someone's going to throw something out and not understand the rules. You're going to have to keep track of people doing what they're doing, and so that kind of hampers the game a little bit. But this is a good game. I can't really think of any other cons for this game. So with all that said, we have to go to the scoreboard and see where we stand on this game. Fluxx 4.0 card game. What do we got? It's as I thought. Look at that right there. It has met each mark perfectly, gone through the test, and made it gloriously. So it is a thrill ride. It is a great game to play. You guys should buy it as soon as you can. There are so many versions of this game, so find one that works for you. This version, it's Fluxx 4.0. The only thing that's really been changed is they've got creepers in it. Everything else is pretty family oriented. Go to your local store, get some Fluxx, call me, we'll play some Fluxx. See you guys. Hi folks, thank you for watching another episode of Game Reviews from Talking to the Mike Show. This week's Fluxx. And just so you know, I'm not hinting at anything or anything, but Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you. He loves you. Loves you. Subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Come on! Please, I give you a cookie. Thank you.